Welcome back everyone, I'm the Depressed Dior and this is War of the Human Tanks. Alright, just gonna explain a few things. This will probably be the last video for War of the Human Tanks. We just got done, well, for you guys, we just got done with the second story, and I tried out another one of the endings, and it actually played very similar to the ending we just finished. Well, the plot that we just finished, rather. The ending is completely different. Essentially what changed was just the final battle, and then there's like one addition, and due to the fact that I lost a certain battle, it added one additional fight, so it wasn't really worth a playthrough for, and I also ended up just, because it was so similar, I was fast forwarding through all the text, and didn't realize that they were actually saying different things towards the end, and so I ended up just kind of screwing everything up. You end up having a different final boss fight than the other ending, but that's about it. So essentially, you have well, there's 4 endings. There's the 2 routes, which you get put in the other route if you lose one battle against what is that person's name again? I don't even remember. I'll just load a save and figure it out. Info. It's been a while. It's been like months since I played this, so I apologize. Yeah, if you lose a certain battle against Mio, you will get sent to the other path, like we just saw on the last playthrough. The other thing is if you lose once you get to that other path, you can get the ending we got last time. And if you lose an additional fight, I believe, it actually adds, it changes the ending as well. So it's kind of weird. Essentially, if you lose a battle before it kind of splits, it will actually affect the ending, which doesn't make any sense to me, but it's how it works. So so the ending I end up getting also got me another Rah-Rah, and I apparently have another Rah-Rah. Oh yeah, that's right. So, got all those. I have Mr. Cat. I don't remember if I unlocked Mr. Cat. Essentially all you have to do is beat Mr. Cat, which I end up doing with a whole bunch of Line Mons, because Line Mons are actually fast enough to keep up with Mr. Cat. Well, almost. It's a 7 speed versus a 6 speed. And besides that, there isn't too much to talk about. I was just going to go over a few more upgrade things I got, and then we'll call it good. So, for one thing, you get another event where you unlock Masamune, if you complete all of the artillery line. So yeah, they end up being very happy that she's back and all that stuff. So it's not, I wasn't too surprised. I mean, due to the fact that we ended up getting Koharu and there was a special event for her, I was pretty sure we were going to get Masamune back. Besides that, let's see. Develops. As you can see, I have nothing left to develop in tanks. For modules, apparently I'm working on intercept stuff right now. The last thing I was doing was I was just doing a lot of grinding. As you can see, there's some pretty ridiculous things that you unlock. Once you complete a certain tree in the module research, it'll unlock this infinite version, which is ridiculous. As you can see, it costs, let's see how many digits is that. It looks like 99,999,999 crates to make this. Makes it so all your recons have infinite area when they scout, which is pretty much broken. I mean, it's essentially God Eyes without actually being limited to 1 per battle. And then there's infinite scouting range, which is actually completely and utterly useless, because if you have scouting area, you don't need scouting range. Infinite target area. This is not wise to use at all, because essentially it means you hit everything, including your own guys. And since command tanks can't dodge, it would pretty much just game over you. I believe this is probably something to do with one of the side missions, or sorry, one of the skirmish missions you can do, which is essentially a timed mission where you're trying to get to to the bomb before it essentially attacks and kills everybody at once. And that's about it. Pretty standard stuff. I do have the ability to make life insurance, tank life insurance, which is essentially 400,000 credits each, but it's essentially a traffic insurance that's permanent. As you can see, traffic insurance is single use, while tank life insurance is active, which means it always works. Which is what I have on most of my units now, I believe. Yeah, all my line mons have traffic insurance. And that's about it. So yeah, I apologize for not doing the other endings, but they're so similar as far as the playing is concerned that you're better off just doing it on your own if you want to. Let's take a quick look at the free battles. There are a whole lot of free battles. Things like these, like the fruit bat outbreak, are supposedly very, very difficult, but I think it's more difficult in the sense of like fighting Mr. Cat, where they're just really, really high stat tanks. And there's, yeah, this one, the bomb, where you have to, essentially you cannot beat the bomb without units like a very buffed up Rar tank or a whole lot of line mons, because you essentially need to be fast enough to reach, well, you have to be fast enough to get there and have enough range to actually start shooting at it. So it's that's probably the only complaint I have about the game overall, is some of the difficulty is purely based off tanks, which at the same time excuse me, you can go the other way, where you literally have where I kind of did a lot of grinding between videos. It gave me a lot of upgraded tanks, which was a lot of fun. I enjoy upgrading in this game. It's a lot of fun, but it does make you really, really overpowered for a lot of the matches. Especially once you get line mons. Once you start getting top tier things like Ohara and line mon, you pretty much have control of the game. I mean, the only time I lost at that point was when I fought against Mr. Cat, because Mr. Cat is ridiculous. As far as Mr. Cat's modules, one of them gives him evasion, one of them essentially makes him immortal. You know, like traffic insurance or red scarf or red muffler. And then the other one, I have no idea what it does. It probably just buffs his stats or something like that. And I'm pretty sure you can get multiple Mr. Cats if you go and fight Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat's actually pretty worthwhile to fight, because you definitely get a lot of supplies out of it. And that's about it. So, like I said, I apologize for not doing the other the other endings, but the essential plot's all the same. It's just the very end changes a little bit. So, like when they're having that discussion with about who's gonna go and fight you know, the 4th Armor Corps, it changes a little bit. Essentially, what happened, like I guess you can say the simplest way to explain it is the coin flip result is different. So instead of the one guy that we fought against, it'll be the other guy, and he won't get as much support. And like essentially, the match was just a standard battle. You didn't have to worry about advanced units or anything wacky like that. And then pretty much the ending kind of fell the same way, and then there's the final scene, which is completely and utterly different. So I won't spoil it any further than that. But like I said, the endings are nice. It's just it's not really good Let's Play material, I guess you can say. So overall, I think War of the Human Tanks is fantastic. You should definitely give it a shot. It's definitely very amusing. And I definitely like these, I definitely like visual novel style games that actually have gameplay in them. So if it's a game where it's just nothing but choices, dialogue options and stuff, that's generally not that, well, enticing to me, I guess you can say. So a game like this, where it actually has, you know, some depth to the combat and some strategy and grinding and, you know, I have game stuff in it. It's pretty good. So, enough of me rambling. I am The Depressed Dealer, and this was War of the Human Tanks. See you guys later.